Let's move to Green Bay.
Yes, sir.
Where Aaron Rodgers today pledged to donate $1 million to the victims of the California wildfires. Rodgers, who is from Northern California, posted this video asking for support and donations. Take a listen.
As many of you know, the California wildfires have devastated countless communities. In Northern California, where I was born and raised, the city of Paradise burned to the ground, and many of the residents that got out are now displaced in my hometown of Chico and across the North State. I personally reached out to my friends and the mayor of Chico to find out how to be of the most help. And raising money for both immediate needs and a long-term recovery is what's needed most right now. This is why I'm partnering with the North Valley Community Foundation and donating $1 million to help with the recovery and eventual rebuild of these communities.
All right, Rodgers' estranged brother Jordan responded to the quarterback's message with a scathing tweet. Please donate, spread awareness, and send love. But when your own mom is home alone during the fires, car packed ready to evacuate, and you miss the fundamental first step of compassion, calling your parents to make sure they are safe. Everything else just feels like an act. Wow. That's about as hard a body blow as I've ever seen publicly. I don't think it's fair publicly. I think he can express this privately to Aaron. I just don't find this fair. I think it's a bad look for Jordan Rodgers.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. This is not my first rodeo in respect to this conversation. Actually got a chance to meet Jordan Rodgers. He came on my show a few years ago. Shout out to Mike Fleiss, who created The Bachelor, and we did a special with him. Off mic, Jordan Rodgers decided to tell us a lot about his strange relationship with his brother Aaron Rodgers. And I was just sitting there, as you sit there with anybody when they're telling you one side of the story, like, all right, I hear you, but I'm not going to run with this. What's sad about this, why this is unfair, is because we don't hear what Aaron Rodgers feels about this or is saying about this. What's unfair is I don't hear your mom saying anything about it. I hear you doing it to Tekashi 6ix9ine, and since he locked up, you gonna clout chase. You're gonna keep bringing up your brother's name in an effort to get you on reality shows, in an effort to get you more retweets and likes. Talking about Twitter off. Jordan Rodgers, who I thought was a likable individual until he went into this lane of always talking about his brother. Look, being an athlete, being in the limelight, having more money than the rest of your family, this comes with the territory. There is somebody in my family, trust me, who is like rolling their eyes side eye at me every time they hear my name because I don't have it for you all the time. It's just that simple. I don't know what their dynamic is, but it sounds disingenuous when you continue to attack your brother in a public way and we don't see what's really going on privately.
This is bad, man, and it's embarrassing. I think the one thing he's forgetting about is you're embarrassing your parents more than you are Aaron Rodgers. You're talking about your own son not calling you and checking on you and making sure that you're okay and your well-being is okay. So this is not really an embarrassment. I think it's out there now that we know that they are feuding. He's talked about it on his reality show. He's talked about it in different publications. We've seen this already. We know they got a problem. The biggest problem is it puts your parents on the spotlight to answer questions. But, hey, why is Aaron not checking on you guys when you evacuate? This is more of an embarrassment and a shot at your parents way more than it is Aaron Rodgers. And he should be ashamed because I've had this happen before, too, especially when social media came out. Hey, we're gonna take a shot at him on Facebook, or we're going to post a conversation we had to embarrass him. You're airing out the entire family business, which is a no-no. You can't do that. So it's more of a bad look on him than it is on anybody else.
Something is going on between the brothers that they just don't get along, and that's exactly what it is. And it's what you said. It's embarrassing. Like it feels like an act. Whenever you give $1 million of your own money, it's not an act. Like you care for the people because that's the environment you grew. Whenever you come out of your own pocket and say, I'm donating $1 million, it's not an act. You say, oh, well, she was at home by herself. And where were you? Yeah. She has 2 sons. So come on. Where were you? Talk about you. Like, what are you doing? Go be home. You're not in Aaron's position. You go be there for her. And so for me, it's what you said. He's probably asked Aaron for some money to do X, Y, and Z. He told him no, and he has an axe to grind, and however he can do it, that's what he's trying to do. To me, it's completely inappropriate.
I'm going to, just for the moment, play the other side just so that we're somewhat fair to Jordan Rodgers. Look, Aaron Rodgers' father has made some comments about Aaron that are not the most flattering. Some of Aaron Rodgers' teammates have made some comments about Aaron not the most flattering. He's a difficult guy. But what I'm uncomfortable with and is just because this guy is difficult and different doesn't make him a horrible person. He may be a bit socially awkward, a bit aloof and standoffish. That doesn't make him a horrible person. And I hear people say they had this or that issue with him as a teammate, whatever. When he steps on the field, the man balls out and helps his football team. And just because maybe he's not the most friendly guy in the locker room, so what? He has the right to be that different. And I think we're all sitting here saying that family issues are just very complicated.
Yes.
His feud with his parents may be justified for all we know. I'm sure there's two sides to that story. I'm sure he didn't wake up one day and just say, you know what? I'm going to dislike my parents. I'm going to disconnect from my parents. I'm sure some things had to have happened.
It's what you said, though. For some reason, it always comes back to money. I got two brothers, and they're both younger than me. I've talked to one of them all the time. And one of them, I haven't spoken to him in years, plural, years, because he's done something to me. And until he apologized for it, that had something to do with money. I'm not going to talk to him.
But the situation, once he comes out in public and start attacking you, for one, you're Aaron Rodgers, you already got everybody else attacking you anyway, from every different direction. Once your own family gets to that point, it's the absolute lowest you can possibly go at anything. You start to Aaron attack somebody else. You know he lives his life in the public eye. That's how he makes his money. That's how he makes his living. And you say something like that, it's the lowest.
It's disappointing.
You know what's crazy? Because you expose the family dynamic, which we all know is sacred.
Yeah.
Like, whatever happens here, we got you. But you're right. It's always a money-based issue. And here's the thing, if you're Aaron Rodgers, who knows to what extent Aaron Rodgers went to help his family. But as we all know, as patriarchs, enough's not enough. And then I got to a point with my family, I was like, look, I need a plan with this money. If not, I might as well light it up and just burn it, because I need to know, what are you going to do with these things? Some people took that seriously and said, I'm talking to a businessman. I'm asking him for something that's going to extend him. I'm trying to provide for my kids and have generational wealth. I'm not just trying to burn it after you because we share the same lineage. So you could be Old Testament, everybody with the same last name gonna eat. Or we could be New Testament, you're gonna eat what you kill. Right. So I need to know this, and Aaron Rodgers is being put in a horrible position to have to defend something that he has gotten with his own talents and work ethic. I've had beef with Aaron Rodgers, so I get it. He can be a porcupine. He's hard to be around at times. But still, this is something separate. If you got a problem with him, Jordan, you need to exhaust all opportunities privately before you start airing it out in the public.
All right, coming up, I have a problem with what someone here is about to say about Dak Prescott. That's